Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Terry Louwerens, and I'm just a mom from the Central Valley, working mom. I'm here to talk about Martins Beach and wanted to just tell you a little bit of a story. And I think there's some pictures to go with it. So that's from the 1940s. Martins Beach has been a big part of my family for well over 60 years. Back in the early 1950s, my grandfather built a beachfront cabin. Martins Beach served as a gathering place for generations of family and friends. There was nothing quite like the excitement of watching the pelicans dive in the surf. That's how we knew the smelt were running. People, old and young, would grab their smelt nets and form a line on the beach, watching and waiting for their schools of the shiny silver fish. As a kid, my job was to wait in the sand with a 5-gallon bucket. My father, uncles, grandfather would dump the fish on the beach, and me and my cousins would have to pick them up and get them in the buckets. I was so excited when I was finally old enough to get my own smelt net and fish alongside my dad. Martins Beach was its own little community with a store where the fishermen would sit around and tell their stories. My family unfortunately had to sell the cabin about 10 years ago. Since then, the beach has changed. Exploring tide pools, catching hermit crabs, sea lion watching, and just playing on the beach, these are all things I hope to share with my son. Unfortunately, he's only been able to visit Martins Beach a couple of times, and I don't know if he'll ever get the chance to again because the gate's locked and they won't let us in. The gates always used to be open from early morning until sunset. Now, the new owners have locked us out. We live in Tracy in the Central Valley, and we try to get to the coast whenever we can. I haven't found the gate unlocked in more than a year. My family aren't the only ones that are heartbroken about being locked out of their favorite beach. This beach is one of the most beautiful in California. It's rich in history, tradition, and memories. I was so saddened about not being able to access Martins Beach that I needed an outlet to share my sadness and memories. So I set up a Facebook page called Friends of Martins Beach, posted a few pictures, and shared my family's story. This group now has more than 220 members, tons of pictures, and many family stories with generations of memories, mine just being the tip of the iceberg. This beach is very important to the community. On behalf of the 221 members of Friends of Martins Beach and growing, I implore you to please help us restore public access to our favorite beach so we can create new memories with our children and future generations. I'm not quite sure how to move the pictures. This one? Okay. So that's a picture of my dad sitting in front of our cabin with his two brothers. He's the baby in the middle. Cute kid. But as you can see, this is a dear part of our beach, and my dad can't even get down there now. This is a postcard of Martins Beach where they used to advertise. It's me smelting. I know my time's up. I'll let my son come up and jump.
Thank you. All right, next, Eric Louwerens, and then Michael Wallace. I may need to put that podium down again.
Hi, good morning. My name is Eric Louwerens. I'm Terry's son, and I love animals, especially marine ones, and my mother, who went to Martins Beach many times in her childhood, told me of the great tide pools on the beach. I love the animals and tide pools especially, and I'm pretty sad that I can't see them because the beach is now closed. I have always wanted to become a marine biologist, and I, along with others, won't be able to observe the animals in their natural habitat. I've seen animals in their aquarium tank and in tide pools, and they act differently in the two areas. I can't study the real them with the beach closed. The beach is not only for the fun and the enjoyment, but also for the experience and the knowledge. My family loves the beach. We live in the Central Valley, and we don't get to go that often, but we go when we can. We spent my mother's birthday about 3 years ago, the entire birthday at Martins Beach. It was one of her favorites. And it's her favorite beach because, like I said, our family has a history there, and my great-grandfather built a cabin down there. And my mom would go smelt fishing with him when she was little. And I'll never have that opportunity because the beach is now often closed and I haven't seen it open in over a year. It really saddens me that I can't visit the beach that has always meant so much to my family.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming and speaking to us. It's always wonderful to see a young person so willing to speak up from your heart and your mind and to participate in government, so thank you. Michael Wallace, and then Conrad and Kira Wallace. That's fine.
My name is Michael Wallace.
So let's see.
I'm a market economist, surf
Can
coach.
I be clear just on the timing? Conrad and Kira are up there with you. How much time are you asking for?
Just 3. I probably won't even need 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Total.
3.
So as I said, I'm a market economist, a surf coach, a freelance writer, and a dad. I wrote an article about a year ago, almost to the date, called Save Martins Beach, Preserve the History of Public Access. And in that time, I've been hoping for our institutions to come forward and take action to reopen the beach, which has been closed for about 2 years. And that's why I'm here, is basically urging the Commission to take action and to reopen this incredible, unique beach, which probably should have never been sold to a single entity, but perhaps to Post or some other institution. But that didn't take place, and we have to sort of deal with the reality of what we're facing now. We've been watching a lot of tough times around the globe, and riots in London, the Middle East, and elsewhere. And one of the things that separates the United States from those places is institutions like the Coastal Commission that can ensure that it's a matter of fairness and not privilege that we have access to places like Martins Beach and elsewhere. And I think it's critically important that you move quickly on this. And that's actually why I have the next generation here with me, because I'd like to see the beach reopen before they go off to college and move to some other part of the country potentially. And that's about all I have to say. I think for our area in San Mateo Coast, it's a comparable place to Mavericks. It puts us on the map like the Pumpkin Festival. It's our mini Yosemite Valley out there, and I think it's a tragedy that we've lost it, and I hope you can help us get it back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I just wanted to mention our enforcement staff is actively investigating the Martins Beach case. The property changed hands several years ago, and the County of San Mateo began looking into the closure of the beach access, and then they have asked us to take that up as an enforcement matter. So we are actively investigating currently.
Good. Thank you. Sarah Damron and Peter Halen.
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Sarah Damron, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Surfrider Foundation, and I'll be wrapping up this Martins Beach topic here. I'm just going to try to get through these slides. These are a few more recent pictures. I guess they capture Martins Beach a little bit better. But I think the one thing you'll notice is that the beach is empty, and the clicker's not working. Anyhow, since the story broke in early 2007 that the property adjacent to Martins Beach was for sale, there was always speculation about who would buy the property, how much the property would be sold for, and what would happen to the property. But I don't know that anyone imagined that the beach would actually be closed to the public who visited it over multiple decades and who have created lifetimes of memories about the time they've spent there. Unfortunately, after the property was bought in 2008, that's exactly what happened. There used to be a billboard, of course, advertising Martins Beach, so everybody knew how to get there, and now that's what we have. The point at which the gate was locked and the beach closed changed lots of things. It not only changed the public's practical ability to access the beach, but from a legal standpoint, the locked gate and efforts to deter the public changed the intensity of use of the property from residential and visitor-serving commercial to residential and private non-visitor serving. This has precluded would-be visitors and will continue to preclude visitors until the issue is addressed. Additionally, other unpermitted development is reported to have transpired, such as the installation of a drainage culvert and repair of a seawall at the south end of the residential area. This slide here is a photo from 2009. And the next year, you can see that they're actually adding more fill and moving the seawall seaward, and changing is where the arrows are, some of the seawall itself, and replacing the blocks that make it up. As permissible via the Coastal Act Sections 30809 and 30810, San Mateo County has requested that the Commission take primary responsibility for issuing a cease and desist order to enforce the Coastal Act and LCP provisions as applicable in this case. The ball is in the Commission's court to take action on this change in intensity of use and unpermitted development. The people who have visited and would like to continue to visit Martins Beach are counting on the Commission to take up this mantle on their behalf. We recognize that enforcement staff is looking at this. We greatly appreciate that, and we hope that they move on that sooner than later. We appreciate having this forum provided to bring this issue to your attention and hope that there will be future opportunities for public to speak up in support of restoring access to this special place and to be able to weigh in on other management and development decisions that will impact the future of this beach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Peter Halen. And while Mr. Halen is coming forward, I want to announce there